Time now for your forewarned weather with Cedric Haynes.
All right, let's get a check of the weather here in the Beehive State with meteorologist Cedric Haynes. He's in for Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy. Cedric, we're talking about the temperatures. Beautiful to be out there at the Delta Center tonight. Still not getting the fall feels that I want, though, Cedric.
Yeah, that's why you got to go up into the higher elevations and look at all those leaves changing colors. That's how you get the fall feels, because you're not going to get it with the temperature, at least not over the next couple of days, as the above normal temperatures, some 10 to 15 degrees, will persist out there, sadly. All right, let's look at the numbers. You can see 80 degrees in Ogden. Good afternoon in Logan. You're at 82 degrees currently. We've got 72 in Price, 73 in Emory. A few more clouds in this area here, and maybe a spotty shower. That's why temperatures are a little cooler there. Same story for Escalante, but 94 currently in St. George. Speaking of St. George, we'll go from the mid-90s down through the 80s and into the 70s this evening. So it's going to be another sultry evening if you're planning on going out for dinner on the town or just walking around the neighborhood along the Wasatch Front. A little better out there for you, with temperatures dropping into the 70s and into the 60s as we go throughout the evening. So as you tune in to ABC4 News at 10 o'clock tonight, at least temperatures will be down into the 60s. So we warm up quickly during the day, but we cool off pretty nicely at night because the nighttime is getting longer. Yeah, we're getting into that time of the year, so temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s across the north and low 60s down towards St. George. Now, tomorrow, we'll call it mostly sunny skies across the Beehive State. Temperatures, again, above average by some 10 to 15 degrees, so low to mid-80s across most of the state, with mid-90s returning again for our friends down towards St. George. Hey, let's get a check on the tropics because we are tracking, yes, now a Category 5 storm again. Milton went down to a Category 4 last night, has made its way back up to a Category 5 today. And let's get the latest on that. Winds of 165 miles per hour moving to the east-northeast at 9. Pressure down to 918 millibars. And yeah, you can see closing in on the west coast of Florida over the next 24 hours. Now, the peak surge with this system is going to be going into a very populated area. That's going to be one of the big disasters with this system. So you can see from around the Tampa Bay area down towards St. Petersburg and Sarasota, that's where we can see a storm surge in the purple greater than 12 feet making its way in. Remember, that's that wall of water that's just churned up by the storm as it moves in from the ocean. That's not flooding rainfall by any means. And then we're going to have the strong winds. Areas from Sarasota, Tampa, all the way over towards Orlando could see winds of 100 miles per hour or higher as this system stays a hurricane as it moves across most of the state there. Yikes, it's going to be a rough situation there. For the eastern half of the country, they've got the cooler air, but for us, we're stuck in this warm ridge pattern, and that's going to stay the case here. The forecaster shows us this high-pressure heat dome building back in. We are keeping an eye on this upper low, but right now it wants to stay far and away from the Beehive State, so the chances for rain look slim. The above-average temperatures, yeah, they look to stick around, but if you're looking for rain, it's looking to stay fairly dry. Let me show you St. George's forecast. The PGA Tour coming up. It's going to be dry, but it's going to be warm with those temperatures in the 90s. Not really feeling like October golf weather, but you can see tomorrow not too bad in the morning, but by the afternoon, it's in the mid-90s along the Wasatch Front. Yeah, we stay warm, too. In the 80s, slight chance of rain Sunday into Monday, maybe in the 70s next week.
You got to bring some cooler temperatures.
We are trying. We are trying.
Come on.
In the forewarned center, we are trying.
You can't be sweating in a cornfield.
Well, you can. You can. It is possible. Yeah. We just don't
be sweat
like
and
it.
nervous in the maze.
Yeah. You want to be able to get out of that thing.
All right.